Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach. What's going on, guys? Going to take a look at this weekend. The teams will be out in probably like 5 minutes. We're pickleballing tonight, so I'm going to get this one filmed now. Whether it's uploaded or not, I'm not sure, but I might do that at halftime in the Port Adelaide Carlton game. Plenty on the line tonight. We've got two coaches very much under the pump, so be interesting to see. But yeah, been pickling a lot lately. A lot lately. Shorty's been getting around the pickleball. That was my general consensus. But so that should be a bit of fun. Then we've got a student-free day tomorrow, so they're normally pretty laid back. And then, yeah, we're cruising into the weekend, which will be nice. I was listening to Gary and Tim, bit of an SEM podcast the other day, or today, actually, as I was smashing an acai bowl. And top three players in the comp at the moment. Got me thinking. I'd love to hear your top three. I think Bont's got to be your number one guy in the comp. And I feel like they've got to have a bit of it behind them. You know, let's get rid of that. Like, I don't know. Luke Jackson, he's had a super hot, 6 weeks. I'm probably looking at it more of a, who would I pick if it's like these guys are right there in front of me. I'm almost Bontempelli, Nick Dacos, Zach Butters. Kind of feels a bit harsh to leave out a key forward and that type of thing, but I know the romantic thing is big key forwards kicking big goals in big games, but historically the midfielders are what wins your flags. There's normally you need a lot more gun mids. Yes, it's great to have a Sam Darcy, but Sam Darcy could be the number one player in the game by the end of the year if he really just continues this form on. And he's a big talking point from a SuperCoach point of view. So, yeah, anyway, just a little side note. Would be interested to hear your thoughts. And, a few guys, feel free to chuck in any comments in the section below. I look to get to those every Friday. And obviously we try and cover as much as we can what people are thinking out there. Jeez, my voice is holding on for dear life there. We try to cover as much as we can in the live and then the preview video, but sometimes I won't get to exactly what you're thinking about. So if you want to chuck a comment below, I'll do my best to get to that. But taking a look at my side, and obviously before the teams come out, the main priorities are Darcy, Bontempelli, and Horne-Francis. I think that's your mode this week. Look at getting McCarthy if you don't have him already. I'm sort of left in that position where I've got to go 2 upgrades, 1 downgrade. And obviously it's McCarthy, so I'm sort of left with that awkward position of do I go Bontempelli and Horne-Francis and miss on Darcy? Darcy's got the lowest break even. Feel like he's definitely a great buy. Bontempelli break even 100. Do I skip on him? But he's capable of 160s. You know what I mean? That killed me last week. So I'm leaning towards backing in Horne-Francis and Bontempelli. So pretty much I need to go Zach Johnson, who you could hold. His break even's still reasonable. Clark down to McCarthy, Johnson to Bontempelli, and then Vicentini to Horne-Francis. And then it's tricky because I don't really have, I need Tyrell Dewar to really get that extra cash. The issue is I can only really make 2 upgrades in the short term. I won't have the cash to do it otherwise. So I really need, Dewar to fire up with some cash. And we may well need another, I probably do need another downgrade. If I'm looking through, so we'll use 3 trades this week, which I'll do in a moment as the teams come out. And then we'll walk through a bit more of my plan. But I think I would prioritise Bontempelli. Most people were just locking in Bont. A lot of the talk was who would you go for out of Horne-Francis and Darcy. I personally go Horne-Francis, and I think Darcy's on fire. There's no doubt about that. But I'm just feeling like if there is a possibility that one of these guys drops off a smidgen, I think it's more likely to be Darcy. The young key forward who he's taken it all by storm. Don't get me wrong. He could dominate and average 100 for the rest of the year, but there's got to be some thought that a defender or a defensive unit is going to keep him to at least a 60 or a 70 at some point. They'll be doing so much homework on Darcy to try and quell his influence. Wouldn't shock me if he just continues to tear the game apart because he's got outrageous reach and he's just putting on a clinic week after week. But if you said, who do I think is going to score the most points for the rest of the year, Horn-Francis or Darcy. I'm going to go Horn-Francis. I think they're both good inclusions. If you can get both, then do it. But some people are asking, well, who would I prefer? That's who I'd prefer. A lot of people talking about Lachie Neale and Zach Merritt and whether to trade those guys and what to do with them. So for me, it's quite simple. They're out of form. Fair enough. So if you can upgrade them, then I would do it. Don't upgrade them if you are tight for trades. Like I've got Merritt, I've got LDU, I've got Rankin. A few people talking about trading out Rankin. Mate, I've got 8 trades. So I've mapped it out. I've looked at my site. I'm looking at completing this team with probably 2 or 3 trades. I don't have space for a luxury trade. God, no. So upgrading guys who are probably averaging 95 to 100 to guys who are averaging 110, that's a luxury trade. That's like maybe your final trade or you've got excess trades and you can accommodate something like that. You know, sort of trading out Whitfield this week, bringing him back in 3 to 4 weeks. That's a luxury trade. You know, for me, I've got to hold Whitfield because he's a keeper. I'd love to get him at 430, 440 or whatever he'll drop to. But no, I can't afford to trade him out and then trade him back in. Where if you've got, 12, 13 trades and only a few upgrades to make, you've probably got that buffer to do so. So I would also say, would not shock me if Neale or Merritt or both bounce back and finish the year really strongly. Like, don't lose faith too quickly in the premiums, but I understand we get impatient. They are out of form, so I can understand moving on them if you can afford to do so with your trading and all that sort of thing. Same goes for Rankin. We touched on Whitfield, touched on them. So, look, Liddy as well, he's another guy who, he's going okay. I wouldn't say he's a must get or anything like that, but he's 99k. He's at a good price. There was a couple of debutants for Carlton tonight as well. Young and Wilson, they're worth thinking about. So these guys, you're just hoping that he plays for the rest of the year. That's all you're really hoping to see. But yeah, for me, there just isn't a stack to cover at the moment. They are your clear targets. I think a lot of us have probably put a little bit of cash away to try and get one of these guys or all of these guys. We've probably been saving money for a rainy day, and that rainy day has come. It's time to spend it. In terms of the captaincy and that, I'm going to roll Zach Butters probably into, like, Bont's the obvious call, but Jordan will be lurking around. Something to think about. Gawn and Cherry are always reliable options, even though they've got not exactly weak opponents. They've got pretty good opponents. Dacos against the Eagles, definitely food for thought. But yeah, I'm going Butters without exactly knowing who I'm rolling it into, but I'm pretty confident Butters can turn out a 130 plus tonight. So these teams should be up by now, so we'll go take a look at those. Alrighty, let's take a look at the sides. Hopefully no unexpected carnage, as we always say. Biso minute, that's an interesting one. Treloar, if he can ever get his body right again, he's going to be a nice pickup for next year. Not so much this year because he's out for an extended period of time. Windsor omitted. Gee, that's interesting as well. Thought he was a bit of a mainstay for them. Huswaite dropped. That probably wasn't unexpected, but yeah, he hasn't quite kicked on. Oh my God. Tyrell Dewar injured. This season just keeps kicking in the dick, doesn't it? For fuck's sake, man. Like, come on. What's a bloke meant to do? I'm just sitting back last week being like, yep, you know what? Went a bit of a risky pick with Dewar, put me pills on the line. You know what? He turned out pretty well. He racked up a bit of the footy. Nice roll. What the hell's he done? I mean, I'm just sick of this season. I really am. You try and be positive, but Jesus Christ, it is the most frustrating thing sometimes. If this is an extended injury, I'll just lose my shit. Dewar has failed in his bid to play after picking up a hamstring complaint. Was that news to, like, everyone on the planet? Like, when did this happen? What, do you ping it in the buys? Or, like, what's going on here? Honest to God, man. We're hanging on for dear life to stick out this season. Seriously, bro. Nothing in the injury report. I mean, when did he do this? When did he pick that hamstring up? Fuck me. God. Anyway. What else have we got, eh? What else can really just ruin Shorty's night? Oh, Pedler's injured. Fucking fantastic. That is fantastic. Great. Team's falling apart right in front of me. Anyway, we're just going to do these trades and piss off, I think. So that's really just flattened me right out. Fantastic. Well, I think it could be Pedler's out as well. I mean, Johnson's got a decent break even. Maybe I just go with him. But I'm not sure. I just can't be bothered thinking this hard at this point. So I think what we could do is do this. Bloody I think Clark probably has to be the one to go for McCarthy. There's nothing else really. I'm just trying to get most bang for buck and look if Johnson is, yeah. Oh no, we didn't want that, mate. We want you back in the back line, brother, and we want Bontempelli. Leaves me with 35k, which is not going to get you too far, is it now? So I suppose Zach Johnson, look, I originally was going to hold Pedler just because he was playing and Johnson had the bye. But look, if Pedler's out, I know Johnson didn't go well last week, but he still has a break even of 14 and he's capable in the role. But knowing my luck, he'll probably be dropped next week and we'll hold him for no reason. But I'll probably cop a 0 now too, I would imagine. So we got 1-0 down back. Don't even know if those pricks are playing. 1 there, 2 there, 4, yeah. Well, 5, yeah, fuck it. Anyway, I don't think, don't think we've got anything good going on here, do we? Is Boxall even in the team? I can't even remember. Did he play last time or did he get dropped? Must have got dropped. Sounds about right. Feel like, what about old mate Clay Hall? What are you doing, brother? You were in the team, weren't you? It's a long time since we've had that. Where are you, mate? Oh, hello, Clay. Here you go, mate. Come in. Come and join us, son. Come and join us. So, yeah. Who knows? Who knows what we're going to do here, guys. But 1, 2, 3 zeros and a 4th and a 5th. So we are copping a 0. Overall rank is out the door. We know that. So we're just going to try and enjoy 7 or 8 weeks in the back end. But I tell you what, look, eventually my plans will be, we've got the 35k. Luxury upgrade would be Ashcroft or LDU to Gawn eventually. But look, Bont will work his way back in that midfield. Ashcroft will come on, complete midfield. So basically we just, Martin will come on, in theory, a complete forward line. Basically, we've just got to complete the flex, and that's going to be Tyrell Dewar was the plan for him to go up to, maybe 350, 360, get a guy that's fallen, maybe find another downgrade like Johnson or McCarthy if he flies up in price, ideally, I need to get this bank from 35 to 300, so I can do Tyrell Dewar to someone around 500k, probably spending 150-ish. And then if LDU can just get beyond 500, and then if Gawn can just chill a smidgen and maybe get to 620. If LDU can get to 520 or 530 and Gawn can get to 630, I'm sort of calculating, around 150 to 100k for that. That's my rough thought. But it might be a bit rough to get Johnson. He'd really have to get to 350, which might be hard. Could be McCarthy really going up quick. But look, that's down the track. So, yeah, time to play some pickleball. Geez, nothing like an unexpected injury to just really send you into the donut territory. But that pissed me off, so hopefully you enjoyed my minor crash out. See you guys. Cheers.